Okay, so which item did you pick now, Kenda?
A car.
A car. So the reason that that's in my Y bag is you can actually make any bill outside of your mortgage by doing about one show a week. If you do one show a week, you'll make around $400 to $500 a month, which will pay for, example, a car payment. So a car payment, your electric bill, you know, your water bill, any bill outside of your mortgage with one show a week. And so that's why the car's in there. It's also a great way to get a new car out of it. You know, perfect to pay for a new car payment. A recipe card. So the reason why that's in there is I actually used to not be a very good cook. Sarah and I share that in common. And I put a recipe card in there because Pampered Chef is so easy. Anyone, whether you love to cook or whether you don't love to cook, can do this job. And the recipes make it, you know, easy enough where even if you're not comfortable with cooking, it'll help you be comfortable with it as well. And you can turn yourself into a great cook, or at least, you know, be able to earn the products to get in and out of the kitchen quickly. So that's why the recipe card's in there. Oh, look, what cute kids. Those are my kids, and the reason that that's in there is that it's definitely one of the reasons that I do Pampered Chef, is so I can stay at home with my kids, be at home, you know, when they get home from school. I can be the mom that helps out in the classroom and goes on the field trips, which I really enjoy. So it's, again, that flexibility, going back to the flexibility and being able to either stay at home with your kids, or if you do stay home, to be able to get that show, you know, 1 or 2 shows a week so that you can get a night out, you know, from the kids and the family too, which is fun. Ooh, a luggage tag. So of course that stands for the free trips that you can earn with the Pampered Chef, and you know, we get to earn a free trip every year, and each year they announce a new trip. We're getting ready to find out what our new ones are in December, and it's really fun. You know, they have all different levels. They have a taste of travel trip for those that have never traveled before. They have levels 1, 2, and 3 for their seasoned consultants. So they really do have one for everyone, and it's a great way to be able to travel for free. And when you go on trips with the Pampered Chef, they do crazy, insane things like, for instance, when we checked in for Maui for this trip with this luggage tag, they said, oh, here's your $500 spending money, and here's when your helicopter tour is scheduled for, and here's the day that you get to do your zip line, and here's the day that we have a luau, you know, where all the food and drinks are included. You know, we'll provide for everybody that's on the trip. So they are seriously like amazing. So you definitely want to travel with the Pampered Chef. You definitely get pampered. So is that all the items in there? Yes, it is. Oh, no, one more. Oh, the most important one. What is that? Half of a credit card. So it stands for, of course, being able to get out of debt. So you can get one of those credit cards that you get in the mail, cut it in half, put it in your Y bag, and you know, it definitely talk about the getting out of debt portion. Most people, you know, they actually have a statistic that you can share that most people that apply for bankruptcy, if they had an extra, I think it was it $250? An extra $400, sorry. An extra $400 a month that they wouldn't have to actually file for bankruptcy. So if you want to share that stat at your shows, you can. It's a great way to talk about, you know, being able to get out of debt, or maybe making an extra bill, you know, each month by having a Pampered Chef business. So definitely love the credit card. That's one of the reasons that I first started, and one of the reasons that Sarah Birchfield started as well. And I've been debt-free for about 3 years now, and Sarah is just a couple more months and she'll be debt-free as well, which is pretty awesome. So anyway, that's kind of how the Y bag goes. Obviously, you can put whatever items you want in there to stand for different benefits of the business. We covered the basic, you know, benefits right now, but if you have a personal benefit that you love, put an object in there to talk about it in your Y bag. But you can kind of see, you have the items in there, you know what you're going to say for them, you get the guests involved because they pick out the items. It's a pretty fun way to talk about the business. So, all right, on to the next item. We want to make sure we take our opportunity brochures to our shows and have a specific goal in mind of how many you'd like to give out to people. You know, just because you give someone an opportunity brochure doesn't mean that they'll sign. It's just someone who's thinking about it, who's interested. So, you know, my personal goal is I'd love to give out, you know, 3 brochures, you know, a show to different people who are interested. Some shows I might give out 2, and the next show I might give out 4, but I want to, you know, try and shoot for that. That's my goal personally. So anyway, you know, that's a great thing to consider with your business, and the Discover Us brochures are the ones that come in your kit. And so you definitely want to, ask every guest if they'd like to take home some information. And the way that you do that is through the full service checkout. And this is after your show's done, after the recipe is done, you've done your booking slide, you've done your Y bag, you've collected your door price slips, you've done the drawing, so the show is over. So after that, this is what I say. Okay, everybody, go ahead and fill out your order forms. When you're done, go ahead and stack them right here on, and I'm patting a place on the table where I did my demo. Go ahead and stack them right here when you're done. When you put your order forms in this pile, that way I know you're finished. And what I'll do is I'll pull from the bottom and I'll call you up to arrange payment and to go ahead and check you out. But I say it like this: go ahead and check you out. Okay. So I'll call up people. So great, Kenda, come on up and I'll check you out. And so they'll and I joke with them. I'm like, step into my office. And they'll sit down, and then that's basically your time with each guest. So that's where you're going to ask them if they want to book a show, if they would like more information on the business. But before you do that, you want to connect with each person. So I'll say, I'll just kind of even sometimes set their order aside and say, Kenda, how did you like the show today? Did you have fun?
I did.
Good. When's the last time you've been to a Pampered Chef show?
Last year.
Oh, last year. So we had some new products for you to see, huh? Good. What's one of your favorite things? Did you get it tonight, or is it on your wish list?
I think I got it tonight.
Nice. Which one is it?
The deep dish bakery.
Oh, for sure. And you know what? I'm going to send you a recipe file, that you have a bunch of recipes to try out with the deep covered baker. So that is definitely my #1 favorite product in the catalog. So I'm glad you got it. I'm so excited for you to be able to make some great dinners for your family. So, you connect first and then you move on to their order. So great, you go ahead and total their order and, see what the total is or whatever. And then, I'll say, okay, great, Kenda. So I just wanted to ask you a couple questions before we check you out and get to the order part of it. First of all, I just wanted to see, out of all the benefits that I explained about the business tonight, which one appealed to you the most?
The trips.
The trips. Oh my gosh, wouldn't it be so fun to travel for free? It's like the best, right? So, well, cool. Well, you know what? I love the trips too. And would it be okay if I gave you some information to take home about the business?
Sure.
Okay, great. So, and then you grab your, I don't even know what I did with my Discover Us brochure. There it is. Okay, so great. And then you'd hand them a brochure and say, great, Kenda, go ahead and take home, take that home, take a look at it. And, when would be a good time to call you just to see if you have any questions? Would afternoon or evening be better for you?
Evenings.
Perfect. And then I take their door price slip and I write down on the back, evening's best, and then that way you know what time to get a hold of them to talk about the business. Now, Kenda, let's do the opposite. Go ahead and say that you don't want any information about the business. So, Kenda, when I talked about the opportunity tonight, what interested you about the business tonight?
Well, I'm not really interested.
Not really interested? That's okay. We love the guests that come to our shows and have fun with us too. So, if I can't get you on my team, how about hosting a show? Would you like to earn some products for free?
Sure.
Okay, great. And then you go to that step next. Okay, well, perfect. Let me get out my calendar. And now, would you? I know you'd probably love to do a show in November with the Stone Around special, right?
Yes.
Especially if you want to get that, some more collection, add to your collection with the deep covered baker. So, and then you get out your calendar and you say, okay, great. So my next show date available in November is Saturday, November 10th. How does that work for you?
That works.
Okay, great. And of course, Kenda's being very nice right now. Nothing to work through, So, and then you go ahead and set up her show date, and you're good to go. Now, let's do the opposite, Kenda. If go ahead and tell me that you're not interested in booking a show either. So, okay, well, great. Well, no problem, Kenda, if you're not interested in the business. We love the guests that come to the show and party with us, too. If I can't get you on my team, what about hosting a show? Would you like to earn some products for free?
Well, not right now.
Not right now? Well, that's okay, too. I know you'd probably love to have the recipe that we did at the show tonight, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, what I'll do is I'll send you the recipes for free, and I'll actually send you a link to my website, and you can download them off there. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, well, let's get to your order, and the total is, and then you can kind of tell them their total, arrange the method of payment, and check them out. So I always start with the business first, and then I start with the bookings, asking them to host a show next. And then I always end with the recipe, because every guest from the show, after they taste that recipe, is going to want to have a copy of it. And I always send them a link to my website so I can get them in the habit of going there. And then, they always say that they'd like the recipe from the show. So you always end with a yes. And so it's a great habit to get into at your shows. What's really interesting is when you do the full service checkout, I always book a show with someone. Well, not always, but I'd say most of the time. At least one of the bookings that I set, they marked no on all of their door price slip. So if you don't do the full service checkout, you'll definitely be missing out on some of the people interested, because they might, when you ask them and you start talking to them, they may decide that they want to host a show, whereas they didn't mark it on this sheet. So I would definitely recommend to do a full service checkout with everybody at your shows. Great habit to get into. And what I do is I just make little piles on my desk. I'll have a pile of Discover Us brochures. I'll have my calendar, and then of course the third question is the recipe, and you'll send the link to the website with that. So, all right. So full service checkout. All right. Now, when obviously when you're brand new, we want to help you with any leads that you have for the business. And so, Kenda, if you were at your first show and, you obviously might not feel comfortable to answer questions about the business yet. So when you hand someone a brochure, this is something that we encourage our new consultants to say. Great, Kenda, I'm so excited you want some more information about our business. I'm going to go ahead and give you this to take home and look at. And would it be okay if my friend Kelly and I gave you a call tomorrow to, answer some of your questions?
Sure.
Okay, would afternoon or evening be better for you?
Afternoon.
Perfect. And then you can same type of deal. Write down afternoon, and then you call Sarah or myself, and we'd be happy to set up a three-way call with you and your guest, and we just basically answer any questions that they have about the business. So it's a really easy way for us to help you get a promotion, by doing that three-way call with us, because most any question that they ask we've answered before, because we've been in the business a while. So it's a great training opportunity for you, and it's a great way for us to help you get a promotion. So we'll do the call, we'll sign up the person under you, and we do all the training. So you get all the benefits, and we do all the work. We will hook you guys up. So anyway, a little bit, more information about sharing the opportunity. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next section.